All right, Tide Nation, we're rocking and rolling back in from the break on the number one ticket for Crimson Tide football news. That being in my own words, with yours truly, Stephen Smith of Touchdown Alabama magazine. Happy to have my man John Ivory in the building, doing that production thing in the studio. Happy to have you guys tuning into the show on today. Appreciate the phone calls, the chats, the tweets, the interaction that you guys have been giving us. Be sure to like the show up, give a thumbs up on the show, hit that subscribe button, turn all of those notifications on so that way you got your coverage right there on all things Crimson Tide. As always, people, be sure to check out tdawear.com. That is tdawear.com for your Alabama football clothing purchasing apparel needs there. We got you covered there if you fancy the I Love Hearing Touchdown Alabama shirts, the We Want Football shirts, Let Them Play shirts, hoodies of all shapes, sizes, colors. We got you right here. tdawear.com. That is tdawear.com. Do your shopping right there, supporting Nick Saban, the University of Alabama, the student athletes, and us here at Touchdown Alabama magazine. Now we get into Devonta Smith, Smitty. And I mentioned this before. As much as Mac Jones has had an incredible year, and he has proved a lot of people wrong, proved a lot of doubters wrong, having an incredible year this season. And as much as the Heisman Trophy has become a quarterback award, we have seen some running backs get the honor, i.e. Derrick Henry, Mark Ingram. We saw one receiver get the honor, as of late, and that goes back to the 90s with Desmond Howard of the University of Michigan. But it's turned into a quarterback award. And while Mac Jones is deserving of the honor, I think Devonta Smith, the Heisman is Devonta Smith's to lose. Heisman is Smitty's to lose. And the reason why I say this is, go back to the Tennessee game for a moment now. I want you to close your eyes, Tide Nation. Think back to the Tennessee game when Jalen Waddle got hurt on the first darn play of the game. Jalen Waddle gets hurt. He hurts his right ankle. He has to go to the medical tent. He's being taken off the field. He's on the cart to the locker room. He has to go have the MRI done, and we got the news on Waddle with the high ankle sprain with the fracture involved. All of that information right there, taking you back to the Tennessee game. After that game, pundits of ESPN were saying, Bama's done. They're over. Put a fork in them. They're done. No championship for Bama. No college football playoff for Alabama. Why? It lost Jalen Waddle, its best receiver, its most explosive playmaker, the best it's got. They don't make him like Jalen Waddle. He is the one big play threat they have. They have no one else, and they just lost Waddle. Bama is done. Remember that moment there from the ESPN media pundits, because since the Tennessee game, Devonta Smith has exponentially raised his level of play. He cannot be stopped. He cannot be guarded. He cannot be contained. And even though I'm a guy by the name of Jalen Tabor, a former Florida Gator defensive back, he sat there and went on Instagram this week and sat there and called his buddy Marco Wilson, yes, the guy that threw the shoe that cost Florida the game, that guy right there, Tabor, calls up Marco Wilson on Instagram and goes, hey, Marco, bruh, ain't nobody better than you, man. You gonna lock down 6 this weekend. You gonna lock down Smitty. Give me a break. Marco Wilson is going to be tasked to lock down Smitty. Good luck. Good luck. Like I mentioned before, Devonta Smith paying child support for 4 defensive secondaries in the SEC. He's owned Ole Miss since he's been at Alabama. He's owned LSU. He's owned Georgia. He has owned Mississippi State. And he's looking to own the Florida secondary this weekend. Now, Florida's got a good group. They got a good group. No offense to them. But to sit there and say that Marco Wilson is going to lock up Devonta Smith, this is going to be really, really, really interesting, because Smitty this season, 83 catches on the year, second in the country, 1,327 yards, first in the country, 15 touchdown receptions, second in the country, 6 100-yard games, 2 200-yard games. I mean, that has just been phenomenal. And even though on last week, he only had 3 catches for 22 yards against Arkansas, he did have a punt return touchdown against the Hogs of 84 yards, getting Alabama's offense jump-started in that game. So Smitty was even able to show Waddle, a J-dub. You returning punts, Shawty, I can return punts too and score right along with you. So, Smitty catching touchdowns, returning touchdowns on punt returns. But even though he only had 3 catches for 22 yards against Arkansas, here's another reason that makes him so valuable. Arkansas was so afraid of Devonta Smith, they played 3 deep the whole game. They had 3 defensive backs deep the whole game because they were afraid of Smitty. So what did that do? It opened up Miller Forrestall, who had 6 catches for 52 yards. It opened up John Mechie, who had 5 catches for 72 yards. It opened up Slade Bolden. It opened up Slade Bolden, who had 4 catches for 43 yards. It opened up Javon Baker, the freshman, who had 2 catches for 15 yards. It even allowed Brian Robinson to have 4 catches for 22 yards in the matchup. So even when Arkansas was trying to cover and defend and play 3 deep to take Smitty out of the ball game, it opened up everybody else for this Alabama team in terms of the wide receiver core. So the guy is unreal. Like, ever since Jalen Waddle got hurt, Devonta Smith has stepped all the way up. This Alabama offense has not missed a beat, has not missed a sound, has not missed an assignment. It stayed in pocket with the emergence of Smitty. Alabama scoring 49.5 points, per game, which is first in the country. Alabama with 537.8 total yards. That's third in the country. With Smitty, Mac Jones has the highest pass efficiency rating in the country at 203.9. With Smitty, Mac Jones has the best total QBR at 96 and the best raw QBR on top of that. If you remove Devonta Smith from this offense, from this team, the team struggles. The production dips because aside from Smitty, Mac Jones does not have that real raw chemistry with everybody else. I mean, it's growing with Mechie, it's growing with Slade Bolden, it's growing with other guys, but it's like Smitty and Jones can see inside of each other's souls. They lock souls with each other. They're soul brothers. Smitty and Mac Jones, soul brothers. But Smitty, I think a big performance from him this weekend against Florida. Have him for winning the Heisman Trophy. It's his to lose. He has stepped all the way up for this team. If you want to have Bama fans, the best in news, notes, information, and coverage here on your Crimson Tide, it's very simple and easy to do this. You can get this by accessing the Touchdown Alabama Magazine app. You can download the app from the iPhone App Store if you're rocking Team Apple. Google Play Store if you've got the Android phone. For your audio listening needs, we got you right here, iTunes or Apple Podcast, Spotify, Stitcher, Spreaker, Google Play, TuneIn Radio, Overcast.fm, or iHeartRadio. We got you covered right here, people. If the good and gracious Lord sees fit, I'll be back on Wednesday, continuing the conversation that is Tide football. Also, Bama fans, be sure to purchase individual copies of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. Have those sent to your door. That link will be in the description. Also, the link to weownthefourthquarter.com will be in the description so you can get that 4-finger bling necklace. And once again, Bama Nation, on Wednesday, National Signing Day show. We will be in studio, TDA, live the entire day, breaking down every letter of intent, every new commit, every new signee coming to the Crimson Tide, with one Justin Smith, the lead scouting and recruiting analyst for TDA. So set your calendars, folks. Wednesday, be in the group chat line, be on the YouTube channel. We're going live, National Signing Day show. But until next time, husbands love your wives. Wives appreciate, value those husbands. Children, continue to do those things legitimately now to not be bored. Get you those 3 hearty meals a day, those 3 great laughs a day. Protect yourself, protect the loved ones around you. Until next time, folks, I'm your man, Stephen M. Smith. This has been In My Own Words. Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best in Alabama football content, subscribe here and turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.